So Tekken 8 Season 3 has been out for like a week or so now, and needless to say, it's pretty terrible. For the most part, it's pretty much the same as Season 2 was, except there are a couple major things that, for the most part, it's pretty much the same as Season 2, except for the fact that they introduced a ton of new bugs into the game, and for some of the system changes that they made, such as wall splatting heat smashes, that only seems to apply in certain situations. So let's go over the patch notes that they made for this emergency patch and see if the game is even able to be saved. Because I have been a Tekken 8 shill for the past 2 years, and honestly, I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna get better. Alright, so here's the patch notes, and let's see what happens. Or I guess let's see what they intend. Character move behavior fixes. We will implement fixes at an early stage for issues that were unintentionally changed in the previous update. Items which were the response has been insufficient and bugs are causing significant disadvantage to players. Looking ahead, we plan to release update data including balance adjustments in mid-April. We are currently reviewing priorities while considering fixes for bugs, adjustments to behaviors that lead to excessive reward, and performance tuning centered on the heat system. Fixes that can be addressed in the short term will be implemented sequentially, while changes with greater impact will be introduced step by step through each update after sufficient verification. So what this says to me immediately is that right now they're going to prioritize bug fixes, which is good, and then like they have to seriously consider, in quotation marks, future changes that are more drastic, which everyone's been asking for drastic changes for the past like 2 years. So I don't know what more they need to consider. Now they do have the Tekken feedback portal, which seems like a great idea if they actually use it instead of people just tagging them on Twitter. But okay, let's go through the actual patch notes and see if there's anything meaningful that has been changed. So regarding the balance adjustments, in this update we address behaviors that were unintentionally changed in the previous update, items that have not been properly handled, and issues causing significant disadvantage to players, as we determined they required prompt attention and correction. So that seems just like bug fix to me. The behavior that occurred when certain moves hit an opponent in a face down knockdown state were unintentionally changed in the previous update. So I guess just random things that were hitting grounded opponents in general, they just changed. And it seems like this is a long list of different ones, but let's go into the individual character changes, which I feel like there are a lot of bugs. So only seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total characters being changed or adjusted because of this is crazy. But Fang's heat smash. Fix an issue where performing an input at specific timing after transitioning into shifting clouds was possible to use during heat again. So if you don't know, Fang was able to do his heat smash like a ton of times in a row if you did like a specific input. So good thing they removed infinite heat smash on Fang. How that slipped through the cracks in the first place is beyond me. Next, Heihachi, his new charge move. Fix an issue where performing certain inputs would trigger the hold even without entering the correct command. So his new move that they added is this charge move where he punches down, punches you right in the skull, and he could charge it up for plus frames. But there was a bug where you could just mash the input and he would instantly charge it as if he was doing it uncharged, but he'd still get the plus frames, and I believe it's broke the floor or something. So once again, how that fit through the cracks, you would think if you add a new move, you're gonna bug test it constantly, but I guess not. So now that's fixed. Good thing it was in the game. Jack 8, increase the recovery time when transitioning into Gamma How on hit by 17 frames. When transitioning into Gamma How on hit, now possible to perform standing block 17 frames before the end of his recovery. So they just took one of his moves and made it less like you could punish it more, I guess. Good thing Jack has a couple bugs. He's got an infinite right now, so glad to see they're making adjustments to Jackie. King Heat Smash. Fix an issue where transitioning in a Jaguar sprint on block, it was not possible to perform reverse special bomb with during Jaguar spring. King balance adjustment. Love to see you. Especially with the new King changes we got this patch. Great stuff. Thank you, Tekken team. Leo, fix an issue where Heat Burst and Heat Smash could not be performed using the Heat Burst or Heat Smash button. Quite the interesting bug. I guess that's because like in Stance, you're able to Heat Smash as of Season 2 in general, and I guess they took that away for Leo for a minute. Lydia, during Cat Stance 3+4, and during Horse Stance 1+2, fix an issue where landing the move after KO while in Heaven and Earth level 3, the visual effects were not displayed correctly. This is, if you didn't see on Twitter, Lydia could summon Heaven, literally the Heaven and Earth, to come down and blind the opponent. So I guess they fixed that bug. Good stuff, Tekken team, good stuff. And Steve, during Flicker Stance, fix an issue where certain moves would fail to execute depending on the timing of the command input. So I guess just like input leniency, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a Steve player. I'm not gonna pretend to be a Steve player, but glad to see they're changing some stuff. Other bug fixes. Fix an issue where magic mirror setting configured prior to the update was intentionally reset. Glad they changed that. I'm sure so many people be using Magic Mirror. And please note that settings were reset, yada yada yada. You have to reconfigure your stuff. Okay, so they fixed a couple bugs for this emergency patch. I do understand that this is an emergency patch, and I do get that this is something that needs to be worked on over time. But this, to me, with the community backlash, does not really seem like enough. This is really, really unfortunate. So I guess we'll see if they come out with actual balance updates going forward, or if it's gonna be kind of like the Season 2 thing where they change a couple things after the Season 2 emergency patch. Crazy that back-to-back seasons we've had emergency patches. But yeah, this is kind of like deja vu from last year. So hopefully it gets better. Honestly, I was very much excited for Season 3. Like I said, I've been the Tekken shill for 2 years now. I love this game, but it's making it harder and harder every day to love this game. So I really hope that the guys at the Tekken project can kind of figure it out. I really want to play this game a lot more, but honestly, playing online recently has been not very fun. Heavily considering not playing this game at EVO this coming year, so I've been playing more Street Fighter recently, and I'm usually a Street Fighter hater, so that just tells you the state that Tekken is in right now. So I hope everybody has a good day. I hope the Tekken team figures it out. I pray for their success, and I will see you guys in the next one.